Thanks for joining us on this edition of From the Territory. Now, do you know how it feels to be in lack in the midst of plenty? That is the plight of some FCT residents, but you have to wait to get the full gist, the full story, as our correspondent combs through some communities to feel their pulses. I am Frama Panye. Welcome. Now, before we take you through some communities in the FCT, we'll bring you the day's news. Now, God's plan for the Christian family is one of the functionality, harmony, and love. But how are conscious many Christian homes to the fact? This was the thrust of messages at church service today as Christians were enjoined to note the practice. Details will come in our subsequent bulletin. Now, the Nigerian ambassador to Egypt, Noura Abba-Rimi, says Nigeria and other African nations are finding it difficult to cross Sudan border to Egypt due to issues relating to visa. The ambassador says each person crossing is expected to pay a fee of $9 before they will be allowed to cross to Egypt. He says, as at Friday, Egyptian authorities are yet to give permission to any African countries, including Nigeria. He says Nigerian Foreign Affairs Minister Geoffrey Onyema is in discussion with the authorities in Egypt to pay for Nigerians to move the border straight to the airport without stopping over. In the meantime, federal government has dispatched NAF C-130 to Egypt Saturday night. The aircraft left Abuja with a lot of dry food, water, medication, among other basic needs. Now, federal government has revalidated the use of Eagle Square by the Nigeria Labour Congress for the annual May Day parade in the FCT on Monday, May 1st. The Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, announced the revalidation of the venue in a statement at the weekend, and Ngige urged all invited guests, including President, Vice President, ministers, diplomatic missions, and international partners, to endeavor to be at the venue, which remains sacrosanct. The minister gave this assurance while media reports that the federal government, acting through the FCDA, has withdrawn the permit granted to NLC to use the Eagle Square for this year's May Day celebration for reasons bordering on the preparation of the venue for the May 29 inauguration of President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He said on getting the information, he contacted his colleague, the Minister of FCT, Mohammed Bello, who attributed the development to some overzealous officials of the FCDA acting without his authority. Ngige said sequel to his consultation with the FCT minister, the NLC has been asked to go ahead with its preparation for May Day celebration at Eagle Square, which the president, ministers, other top government officials and diplomatic missions are expected to attend. The statement read, "The attention of the Honorable Minister has been drawn to press releases and statements in the media that the federal government disapproved the NLC using the Eagle Square for the annual May Day parade. On receiving the report, the minister contacted his colleague, the Minister of the FCT, Mohammed Musa Bello, who blamed the development on some overzealous FCDA staff. It was actually the contractor handling the renovation of the Eagle Square that informed the transition committee for the handover ceremony that erected the equipment even before last Thursday, when the Nigerian Army used the venue for an event attended by the president. The May Day is the last in the lifetime of this administration. The NLC parade belongs to everybody, including government diplomatic missions. Honorable Minister of Labour and Employment has been in touch with the leadership, organized labor, Comrade, and has briefed them on developments and equally extended apologies to the Honorable Minister of FCT. That's that. So we'll take you now to Nasarawa State, where the Governor Abdullahi Sule has assured Youth Corps members deployed to the state of their welfare and security throughout the service year. The governor gave the assurance in a message during the swearing-in ceremony of Batch A Stream 2 orientation course in Kefi. Blessing Fulani reports.
Oath of allegiance administered on the core members by the Chief Judge of Nasarawa State, Justice Aisha Bashir Aliyu, represented by Justice Isa Kana, officially kicked off the commencement of their mandatory one-year service to their fatherland. Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule, in a message, assured the core members of their safety throughout their service year, with a promise of building a 3,000 capacity multipurpose hall and staff hostels to accommodate camp officials.
I implore you to maintain calm rules and regulations, shun all forms of vices capable of tarnishing your image and that of the skin, your families, as well as your institution of learning.
Nasarawa State Coordinator NYSC Abdullahi Jukamshi enjoined the core members to participate actively in camp activities and take advantage of the skills acquisition and entrepreneurship development program for them to be self-reliant.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I wish to inform you that the purpose of the orientation course is to equip core members with practical, social, and leadership skills, which will enable them face the challenges of the service year ahead.
A total number of 1,936 youth corps members are deployed to Nasarawa State for 2023 Batch A Stream 2 exercise. From Kefi, Blessing Fulani, NTA News.
Parishioners of St. Matthew Catholic Church and community members of Ushafa have benefited from a free medical outreach courtesy of Sea Development Foundation, a non-governmental organization. Charity Zakka captured the exercise.
This man, when we know yesterday, they say he just fall. Now, high blood pressure, because that's why it's very important to check your blood pressure. Now, we don't bring them from that.
That was a health talk on personal hygiene to parishioners and community members on how well to keep their environment clean and free from illness. The exercise, which is in collaboration with other sister NGOs, is helping communities with similar outbreak of disease learn the importance of a clean and healthy environment.
We are here today for medical outreach, which is targeted at both communicable and non-communicable disease. Today, beneficiaries will be having screened on malaria, HIV. They also have their blood group checked. So it's a general counseling for them. At the end of the day, we'll have drugs given to them.
Most times you notice that people do HIV and hepatitis testing and there is no vaccination. Here we have a very good NGO that's also administering the vaccination to people that tested negative. So that way they have protection against it. But they are also counseled on how to live a better life.
People that have problems that needs more checking or anything, they come to our different hospitals. So we'll check their eyes very well with other big equipment.
As a faith-based organization, as a church, we believe that we are made of the body, the soul, and spirit. So we don't just take care of the spirit, we also take care of the body. And so these other foundations too are like minds, and so they're collaborating with us to ensure that they bring this to the hinterland where people may not be able to afford even the basics.
Some of the beneficiaries who laud the initiative say they now know better how best to be free from illness.
I'm treated for sight problem, which a free reading eyeglass was provided for me by this program.
Very, very happy for St. Matthew's to bring up this, making sure that the parishioners and even the community per se are safe.
I thank the parish priest, Reverend Father Peter, for giving us this great opportunity to take care of our health so that we can feel better.
Health is said to be wealth. Privileged Nigerians were encouraged to imbibe the habit of extending assistance to the needy. Charity Zakka, NTA News.
Well, we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll take you through some communities in the FCT. Stay with us.
News as a commodity is our trade. When it breaks in the FCT and environs, our team of professional reporters will definitely be there. NTA Channel 5 Abuja News, using news to connect the grassroots people with the newsmakers and uniting the nation. We serve you the depths of news in politics, economy, education, health, security, infrastructure, even in times of emergencies. Always join our news build at 1 and 7 p.m. daily to be informed of the latest and current happenings. Our on-air personalities are the professionals you desire on the screen. NTA Channel 5 Abuja News, telling you the real news, verifiable and factual, with no room for fake news.
Welcome back. Now we begin with Burum community. The National Bureau of Statistics, in its recent Multi-Dimensional Poverty Index Report 2023, says 133 million people in Africa's biggest economy are not only poor but lack access to health care, education, and other essentials of life. Health correspondent Serafina Okon-Umekwe, who was in Burum community on a fact-finding mission on health infrastructure, has a report.
Accessible health care has remained a major challenge for the Gwandera people of Burum community in Abuja Municipal Area Council. This ancestral land has existed for more than 7 centuries, yet lacks basic infrastructural facilities. Their challenges are enormous, from deplorable road infrastructure to healthcare facility, which has only 2 volunteer staff who get monthly stipend from the village leadership.
Like immunization I used to give, like treatment and labor as they give.
Nurse Hassana Adukwa, a graduate of Baptist School of Health Kaduna, says it is her choice to remain in this community for humanity's sake as a volunteer. Shortly on our arrival at the facility, an emergency was presented with a heavily pregnant woman who went to her farm and was severely tortured by herdsmen who tried to rape her. Nurse Hassana, who administered first aid treatment, says she will be referred for proper treatment and scanned because they lack proper facilities. Getting to this functional and only local patent medicine store, I met with the apprentice who told me his boss was out for other businesses. In here is a small dark room with no form of illumination, but was told it is the labor come delivery room.
If the labor start now, some they born for house, some they carry say go hospital, because sometimes they go talk about the money is plenty.
The village head of Burum community, Idris Gani, speaks on the need for the FCT Primary Healthcare Board to deploy personnel and help make the Burum Community Healthcare Center functional.
We have a care center here, and there is no drugs, no staff. When we went to AMAC to request for the staff, they say they are not. There is no any staff on ground now. So we should just manage this one. And that's why we are using some volunteers here. So they are helping us.
This is the primary health care center here in Burum community, and it came into existence since 2004. But ever since then, there has been low manpower, lack of adequate personnel, and dilapidated hospital equipment, lack of drugs, and so many more. And so the people are therefore calling on the federal government, the Federal Ministry of Health especially, and the AMAC chairman to expedite action and come to the rescue, as there is a high rate of child maternal mortality in this community. From Burum community, not far from Apo Mechanic Village, I am Serafina Okon-Umekwe, NT News.
Thank you very much, Serafina, for that report from Burum community. And we head to Gishiri. Now, a well-supported, easily accessible education system is an efficient means to making people economically and politically conscious for active participation in societal development. Odiri Awutore, who was in Gishiri village in Abuja Municipal Area Council of the FCT, tells us the limited educational facilities in the community.
Education is considered a vital element in the development of a society, a system, and a country. Hence, They're saying that it is the bedrock of development. Gishiri community, located along Mabushi Expressway by the popular Nikon Junction, has relatively growing population and business activities. But despite the growing population of Gishiri community, it can only boast of a local education authority school. Upon graduation from the primary school, there is no secondary education facility to absorb. A development parents say has made education only for the children of those who can afford transportation fare to the city center to access secondary education.
I find it difficult. Every day we used to pay 500, 600 naira for transport every day for our children. We want government to look after it and provide a secondary school and primary school for us in Gishiri.
We take them to town, we transport our children back to try and give a good school, standard school.
21-year-old Geoffrey Hosea, a resident of Gishiri who had dropped out of school due to financial challenge, says he is still willing to go back to school if he finds a sponsor.
My money is short and I get back to house because I don't have money to go back to school. 3 are going to school, but 3 of us we are not going to school because no money.
Gishiri community has been in existence for many years now, and this happens to be the only LEA primary school serving the community. From Gishiri, Odiri Ogboru, Arutere, and TA News.
Very well, Odiri. And now, still staying with Gishiri. Gishiri is a settlement situated few kilometers away from highbrow Maitama district in the Federal Capital Territory, but has been battling poor road network. Rosemary Morteleng Bilal visits to the community, reveals how the middle class and low-ranking civil servants, as well as sports staff and artisans, cohabit in a community devoid of some necessities of life.
Every community has its peculiar challenge. Gishiri is not different. Gishiri is a small community located opposite around the popular Nikon Junction. It is one of the communities in the Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC of FCT. Gishiri in Hausa, which means salt, offers different tastes to different people. At the entrance, one is greeted by commercial motorcyclists and tricycle operators, upsellers, and block industries, and does not expect to see mansions. Erica Famious, a food vendor, Esther Samuel, a petty trader who has been in the community for years, say road infrastructure has been the main challenge of the community.
I've been here for like 10 years. So as it is now, population is getting bigger. The road is very bad. It has been like that all this while, you know. Even when they walked on the other parts, if you're coming in, you'll see that there is part that is tied and this other part. I don't know why they could not extend it to those places. So this road has just been like this. Government to assist us. If rain falls, everywhere will be flooded with water. So they should just look into it and know what they can do for us because we really need it.
Sometimes when I do market, going up and down, sometimes your things will fall for road because the road no good. And sometimes water too much. We are begging government when they help us. Especially we will not get work now. This market we do. Sometimes you carry your things, the things will fall for road because the road no good.
All the residents are appealing to government to come to their aid and make the road more tolerable.
This road in Gishiri, the road is not good. The road is not good. From here to Nikon Junction here now, if you take you like 1 minute, but since the road is not good, you waste time before you reach there. Definitely, we are waiting for going to work, and we don't need this as it is now. We need help for government to come and do this road for us. This is what we want from government.
Anyway, there is nothing I will say much. As you can see that the road is nothing to write about. The road is not good. As you can see the way Keke is troubling people all around. So I don't think it's only a blind man that cannot give story about this road. So the road is not good. We need government intervention to come and do the road for us.
Good road infrastructure in this community will be a luxury if aspirations of the residents come to friction. Rosemary Moltelen Bilal, NTA News.
A community located far from the city center of Abuja but draws people from far and near on particular days. Now, which community is this and why is this? Let's join Aisha Abdullahi as she brings us the answer to this.
Karimu Market has followed its meaning, which is there is food here. Karimu Market is a Tuesday and Thursday market which attracts people from far away and those nearby. Customers say they prefer buying from the market because of the price differences from other markets.
Someone told me that here their things is cheap, so that is why we came to buy some things from here.
Though me, I don't normally go to another place. It's only here I used to sell. I used to
from Muteda coming here to buy because things are cheaper for here than other places.
Here you can see a lot cheaper things in this market.
The things are cheaper and I buy in quantity.
While some buyers say it is their first time of visiting the market, some say it is the only market which they buy from. The market is said to be known as Old Karimu, with people living within the environs of the market. Market officials say there is harmony between buyers, sellers and residents.
The market for now, there is no problem. There is a kind of a good relationship within the marketers and the communities who exist within here.
We are coming to Karimu Market because of transport. It's not far from our house.
Karimu was initially Garmu, but changed as new settlers called it Karimu. But both still have the same meaning. Aisha Abdullahi, NTA News.
Even from the way the buyers are saying everything is cheap, I should visit Karimu Market very soon. And that's our time on From the Territory this week. But we will be back next week, same time, same station, of course. NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. We'll be back with more reports from the territory. For now, have a beautiful day. Thanks for your time.